Good morning, it's Sam the Old Man. Today we're going to do a 200 card pull in single pulls to see if those single pulls are any better to us again. And then before that, we're also going to do the Rumble results, and we're going to answer a couple quick questions that have been asked by some new Rumble players. So, Rumble results. We go to, first, I don't know the Rumble result, but let's have a look. Guild Rumble rank 561. Oh, we just missed out on that 500 and getting the legendary stones. Let's claim that reward. I take it we lost our last couple of battles. Well, that's pretty decent. That's a lot of giggity watts. They're right there. That's nice. Was that on purpose or an accident? Was that because I won the Rumble? I'm in terms of my guild. I'm the number one player in the guild. Did anyone else get two epics as their rewards? That's nice. They must have. That must be normal. Anyway, is it here? There's one is normal, but I got two. Nice. And for the surfboard challenge, I got 738. So let's claim those legendary stones. Claim reward. And that was the maximum score you can get without using refills. I am fairly certain that's the maximum score. I'm pretty sure I didn't miss any, and I'm pretty sure I didn't lose any. Or maybe I did lose one. In any case, delete those, delete that. Let's go have a look at the last Rumble. I know the second last Rumble, I don't know what happened. We were doing fantastic. We were in the top 25, and then almost no one played. But we're taking care of that this time. There's a lot of people getting the boot. And there's a lot of new recruits from you watchers wanting to come in and join us. Let's have a look. Okay, we lost that Breaking Burger so bad. It sent us back so far in the rankings that we just couldn't, even with the win against Bloons Bowl All-Stars, we couldn't catch up and get back in the top 500. It's like they were trying to sandbag at number 17, which was totally the wrong thing to do. Anyway, if we go to the guild, we can look here. Sean was in the lead for most of this Rumble, but I took the lead in the end, only just. So scored the number one spot. Sorry, Sean. Good match. And now let's close that. Over the next... answer some questions. And then I'll talk about the guild recruiting process while I do the card pulls. If you want in the Rumble, you want to listen to that. Or in this guild for the next Rumble. So, the questions. In the arena, I'm full because I went to bed so early last night. But down the bottom left... just above where it says 1 day, there's a little diamond and a number there. And you get those from fighting matches in the arena and winning. You get some of those as rewards. And you don't actually use them anywhere, but what they are is they're like this, they're this cup. They're how many points. Let's go into rewards. They're not the cup, but they determine sort of which tier you're going in, and the number is which number player you are. So right now I'm ranked 3,400 and I'm in tier 13. So if we close that out, rankings, here we go. If you want to be the number one player for right now, you need to get over 131,000 of those diamonds. And right now I have 625, and that ranks me at 3,484. Normally, I found if you get around 22,000 of them, before the time's up, there's 1 day and 17 hours left, then you will end up in the top 1,000. That's what I found. But that number is always changing as there's more and more active players trying to get in that top 1,000. So that's the first question. The second question is when we go into, I think it's adventure mode. And, we must have to actually go and fight a battle, which we can do that quickly. Battle. Loading. Here, up the top, let's put that into automatic so it just goes. There's the battleground effect here, which is right now armed. And the question is, how long does that last? Well, it seems to be changing on a 2-week schedule in that, so it would be armed only for 2 weeks. And then we could get another one. And the next one's supposed to be artistic. And then you'll have armed and artistic. And then will change to be just artistic. So any specific battleground effect, the armed, for example, will only last for a total of 1 month. Of course, Congregate can change that schedule at any time they want. So things could change tomorrow. It could disappear and there might be no battleground effects anymore. But the schedule they've been going to has been a 2-week schedule. So I think we have, I've lost track of when what the schedule is. I think we have another week of just armed, and then it's the art is supposed to come in. I think. Continue. And I just realized that my rewards, I got those 2 epic cards, which means I don't have space anymore. So I've got to recycle. Recycle the common ones. Filter for the rares. Recycle that. And then filter for the 0 fused. No, just filter for the epics as well. And I've got to get rid of 2 because I won 2. So let's go through and see what do I want to get rid of. 3 of those. I really don't need more than 1 boom power. That's a no star. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 1. And where are we? Okay, here we go. Dress rehearsal. You can see when I press and hold, it comes up with a little art symbol. And there on the card, it says artistic. That's the symbol of what the next battleground effect or bonus is going to be for cards that are artistic. And what else will I get rid of? I seem to have lots of... No, I want to keep those. Here we go. There's 1 2-star and 1, 2, 3, 4. Go get rid of something. Maybe get rid of a Peggy. There's a 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I'd really like to keep Peggy. Oh, here, Planetary Express. I've got lots of those. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all right. Oh, I know. What I can do is I can just not quad, but combine a couple. So let's just upgrade that. Upgrade my Peggy. And 1 more. And, whoop, I gotta do 1 more on the other one. Here, hurry up and upgrade. All right, so guild recruiting time. There's quite a few people who have requested to join the guild, and over the next 24 hours, I should have pretty regular access or relatively regular access to the computer. So if you want to join my guild called Wanglish, well, two things. First, make sure that you're active and play daily and are planning to fight every rumble. And second, if you fought last rumble, assuming you're not brand new, you fought last rumble, your score needs to be relatively high. Like, ideally, you're going to be scored above 10,000. But if you're in the 7,000 plus range, that should be fine. If you scored less than that, you might make it in, but you might not. Just because it depends. But if you want in, definitely let me know. We need to know your player ID, which is, if you see under your name, it says player ID. There's mine. And we need to know what your last rumble score was. And so leave those in the comments and you can get an invite. So let's do this card pull. 200,000 card pull in single pulls. Cards. There we are. Basic pack. So what's going to happen is I'm going to do these pulls. There we go. Buy more. But when you get some giggity watts, here we go, like that, that counts as 2 cards in my inventory. Now when you do a max pull, it opens 200 packs straight up. And if you get extra giggity watts, it just adds them in. So then when you go back to your deck, you've got more than the full capacity of your deck until you recycle the giggity watts out. But when you're doing it one at a time, every time you get giggity watts, that card counts towards your total card pack. So I'm going to do these single pulls until I can't do any more. And then I'm going to have to go back to my deck and I'm going to have to recycle the giggity watts to make space for the last 200,000. I might have to do that a couple times actually, thinking about it now, because I'll recycle them out. There'll probably be quite a lot. And then I'll pull more and I'll probably get more. So I only have 200,000 space. So this time it's going to be 200,000 bulls, and it's going to be a complete perfect comparison to when I do the 200,000 max pull. As I said, if I can't get, so in my max pulls, it's not uncommon to get 3 epic cards. So if I get 4 epic cards, then absolutely, or I should say if I get 4 epic and above, because there's one, because I've never had more than 3 in a max pull, 200,000 max pull. But if I get 4, then this method is actually, well, I will think this method may actually have a better chance at getting something. My personal opinion is still that it's completely random, and for each pull, whether you do it single or max, you have the same probability for each card, whether it's epic or legendary or less. I'm pretty sure the chance of getting a mythic card is 0. In fact, I'm very certain of that. But, you know, and there's still a probability that I could get a 4 epics and above from either method. But I think that probability is so low that if it happened now, this is only the second time I've done this off of single pulls. You know, it could happen, but the probability of that happening is so low that I think it would mean something if I did actually get it, as in the probability might actually be higher doing single pulls. But we'll see. We're 1/3 of the way there, or 1/4 of the way there, depending on which way you look at it, in terms of my epic cards. Yeah, So last time I did the single pulls, I got 2 epic cards. I got them both right near the start actually, so I was pretty excited that maybe probabilities were better this way. But I don't think they were, because then I did the rest of the pull and didn't get more. And I'm pretty sure this is the last time I will do the 200,000 pull. Well, yeah, unless I get 4 or more. This is the last time I'll do the 200,000 pull manually. After this, I'm going to go back to the max pull. I said this last time as well, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah. And then when I do the manual pull, what I do is I video edit it and throw in some music as well. Part of the reason why I do the daily video the way I do is because it's actually quite easy in terms of getting it onto YouTube, in that it doesn't require a lot of editing. In that I'm going to play this game anyway, so I just play and do some commentary, and then it just goes straight onto YouTube. If I have to do editing, the way the phones work, the phones don't actually display a constant frame rate in terms of how many frames per second. The phones have some sort of algorithm in them that means it has a variable frame rate, which I think improves the performance for mobile phones. I'm not really sure why they're that way. And which is fine. It's perfectly good for phones to have that. And when you upload it to YouTube, that's fine too. YouTube can process that and it converts into a video on YouTube, no problems whatsoever. But when you go to put that into my video editing software, it does not work. It must be input into my software with a constant frame rate. That means I have to reprocess the whole video into a constant frame rate, which takes a while. Then I have to do the video editing and process that again into a video, which can be uploaded to YouTube. So it's double the processing time. And that processing time can be easily an hour each time for one of these videos that goes a bit longer. So I do try to avoid that. I mean, it changes it from me playing the game to uploading, doing the YouTube stuff, making a thumbnail. Takes about hour to 2 hours, depending. Through to, if I have to do an additional 2 hours of processing, that means the video is then taking closer to 4 hours. And that takes up too much of the day for this particular game. Like, I mean, I'm happy to do it every now and then if there's a reason to, that I want to. But I can't do that every day because I'm also making videos for my other channels. And I'm also doing work for my own personal, I guess, what's the best word? Investments and businesses. I think that's probably the best way to describe it. I'm not actually employed, but I do require to do work for myself to ensure that my income comes in. If you remember, a few months back, maybe, or weeks, maybe a bit over a month ago, everyone on YouTube was complaining about how their income dropped because of the YouTube ads. There's a whole thing, I won't go into it now. And that's why it's so important to have multiple sources of income, because if all the major ad people pull out of YouTube, then there's no income from YouTube. Well, my income from YouTube is effectively nothing. You need basically 50 to 100,000 subscribers with like at least 10,000 views per video before you're really making any money on YouTube. Of course, it varies because, and you can do what do you do? Sponsorship deals and all sorts of stuff. It varies, but that's my research has indicated that's what you need to actually make decent money out of YouTube. I'm a long way off. But that's why I also have to do work on my other income sources. Alrighty. I wonder how many we've been doing. I wonder if anyone's been counting. If I was doing video editing, what I would love to do is put a counter up of how many cards, like maybe in the top right corner. But as I said, that would, time-wise, the time that would take is just not worth the time, unfortunately. Very, very busy working on various things at the moment. Plus getting ready to move soon. Plus I'm going to Hong Kong soon, which should be exciting. Yeah, so when I do my flight, the day of the flight, that's a good day to do one of these 200,000 max pulls because I can make it in advance and schedule the upload. So there's a good chance that if you're watching a 200,000 card max pull where I've just put the music on, that either I'm flying and traveling or I'm super, super busy and there's a reason why I've done that. Because I'm going to, let's put it this way, I'm going to play the game as often as I can. I do my best not to let my SFC points max out at 10. And I do my best to fight everything. Let's put it that way. So, hopefully we can get lots of great people into the guild this time. We've already recruited a bunch of super active and very high scoring Rumble players. Unfortunately, no one as high as me. Most players with a score or a deck and a score at my level tends to be heavily recruited by those top guilds. And if you're not tied emotionally to a guild, as I am to this one, the effort and time I've put into this guild and trying to build it and working with the other legacy members of this guild, I'm not prepared to jump ship and move to another guild. This is my guild for as long as I play this game. And if I stop playing, then I will not burden them, but I'm not planning to not play anytime soon, if ever. That's the interesting thing with this game, is that as long as the developers keep the game fresh, and if everyone maxes out their decks and then there's nothing more to do, then some of those top players may leave, or maybe they'll just dominate the top. But yeah, I mean, they can just keep adding more new cards and more new combos. Yeah, if I reached the point where I had a quad of every card and had researched every combo, I might consider stop playing. I would consider the game complete and I would stop playing. I am a collector, so if I had collected everything, maxed everything out, I would consider it finished. So I'm fairly certain Congregate won't let that happen. So we had that one epic card at the start. That was pretty lucky, but doesn't seem like we're getting much more luck now. A lot of these people keep saying, do the max pulls or do your single pulls, you've got a better shot at it. I say nope. No, you don't. Just do your max pull. Otherwise, you can sit here like this for however long it takes for however many coins you have. And if you've got 10,000 coins, sure, go for it. Do 10 pulls. If you've got 200,000 coins, just go do a max pull. Unless you, for some reason, want to sit there and watch this. But maybe you do. I mean, you're watching me. Well, this is taking some time. I'm thinking let's have a little break and go clear out the giggity watts. Close that, see where we're at. We're about halfway through. So go to the deck and clear out those giggity watts. Make some more space. Recycle. And fortunately they put all these giggity watts at the start. Oh, hey, look at that. They're not counting towards the inventory. I thought they did. I was totally wrong. It's very possible that I say some things in my videos that are completely wrong, so do please feel free to correct me when I do. But there's 160. Well, that means I don't need to come back and do that again. But that broke up the video. Whoops. And back to deck. Oh, not deck. Where are we going? Back to adventure cut shop. Well, you know what? I think that I'm going to, where's the max pull? Cards, max pull, only 21? That's odd. 47? Oh, alright, well, let's just keep going. Buy more. Buy more. Buy more. So if you do leave a comment saying you want to join the guild, after you leave that comment, stick around, because if you do, I'll be sending not just the comment saying you want to join, but your info, your player ID and all that stuff. Also, be ready in the game to get that invite, because we're still set as an open guild, which means that anyone could join. I'll send the invite through, but you should have anywhere between 1 to maybe 3 hours before that space fills up. So if you're not quick to get in, you might miss your spot. And I think there's quite a few people between all you viewers and between the other guild members trying to invite people in. So plus it's open. So we'll keep inviting this time, and we'll keep cycling through. There'll be spaces between, like today, so there's massive guild restructure today. But if people go inactive for more than a day, they're getting the boot. There's going to be pretty little tolerance for it. There'll be tolerance for a few people, but not many. Some of the, and again, if you are going inactive, you can let us know beforehand. And if you do get the boot by accident, you can always contact me again on YouTube or on Twitter. And on Twitter is the easiest way, because we can have a private conversation in Twitter as well. And then we can see, like, when we're both live and online at the same time, so that you can let me know you're there and I can go on, and then we can have a chat in real time. You can get the invite and you'll get it right away and you can join. Whereas with YouTube, you leave the comment, sometimes between when you comment and between when I actually see it, there's a little bit of a delay. It can take anywhere between 15 and 30 minutes. Sometimes it's instant, but some people have left comments I've been on and it's been no comments, and then the comment appears, as in I can see it, and it says you commented maybe 15 minutes ago. So unless you're hanging around on YouTube for a while, and you know, maybe I respond and you have a 15-minute delay as well, it just makes it a little bit tougher. In the comments chat on YouTube, excuse me, it's definitely not meant for live chatting, unless it's a live feed, in which case I think it must work different. And it very well could be just because I didn't refresh the YouTube page and the comment only comes up when I refresh it. But yeah. So nearly running out of things to talk about. But this week, while we wait for the next Rumble, I'm probably going to be doing a lot of the Secret Fight Club fighting in the morning, which should be a lot more exciting than the Rumble fighting, because there'll be tough matches in there, and I'll definitely be losing some, and I'll definitely be winning some, but you'll see a lot more of my strategy. There we go, a 200 card pull with single pulls and one epic card. No legendary, just one epic card. There we go. So to me, that's proof enough that by single pulls, you do not get, it says I have space. Well, let's clear out these gigawatts. See if I can do more. Maybe the gigawatts don't count towards the inventory number, but they do actually count as space. So let's see if I can do 9 more pulls. But yeah, just do your max pull. There's no difference, absolutely no difference in the probability of what card you'll get. It's exactly the same. So save your time. Can I do it? Yes, I can. So the gigawatts are actually holding space in your inventory, even though the card count doesn't say that they are. So there's still a chance to get that legendary, although quite small now. Very small now. That's hilarious. Buy more. So I wasn't wrong when I said the gigawatts hold space. They do. I was right the first time. I was wrong the second time. Buy more. And I got a couple more gigawatts then. But you know what? That can be the end of the pull. Close enough. I'm not going to pull 3 more legendary or epic or above cards. So anyway, have a good one, and I'll catch you tomorrow morning. See ya. Hope you join my guild.